Welcome everyone. This is your host Roger from DIGITIMES Research. 5G development heavily relies on the best hardware and software solutions. DIGITIMES Research long dedications to studying global IT development and innovation provide readers first-hand solutions to the tech trends. We focus on Asia's ICT supply chain that 5G telecom leaders are trying to reach in a competitive industry. This webinar, I'm going to share with you about the key solutions to advance global telecommunication. I would like to invite you to dive deep into Taiwan 5G supply chain with us to see what practical 5G solutions and equipment operators are currently looking for. Just a little housekeeping before we go started. If you have any questions during the presentation, you are welcome to type them into the question box in your control panel. Today, other than myself, we invite 3 session speakers to come and share about the key 5G solutions. First, let's look at the main topics for this webinar. AEWIN Product Marketer Tiana come to discuss how open range applications benefit 5G development. Lens from Askey will show us how 5G FWA solutions can be implemented in our daily lives. Lastly but not least, TMYTEK CEO will join us to discuss about the design and usage of mmWave and a breakthrough in communication applications. Firstly, I'm going to talk about the vibrant 5G industry, the main practice Taiwan companies implement when developing 5G solutions. So let's get started. I'm Roger Huang, the Director at DIGITIMES Research. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Demand for advanced 5G solutions continues to be on the rise. Global telecom giants count on Taiwan to perform as a testbed for the 5G open range solutions. The island aims to leverage its 5G expertise to maintain its competitive edge in the constantly changing ICT industry. Before our guest speaker session, I would like to spend a little time to give you an overview of Taiwan 5G supply chain. In my presentation, I will describe the strengths of Taiwan 5G players and how they work with international companies. From policy aspect, I would like to share the latest focus of government. You can see how government are trying to build up the infrastructure for pushing 5G growth in Taiwan. Let's start with the progress of global 5G. As of June 2022, according to GSA, there were 496 operators worldwide have either launched or been investing in 5G networks. 218 operators have launched 5G commercial services, either mobile or fixed wireless access. Although the speed of 5G commercial launch seems slow for the last 12 months, some populous markets like India, South Asia, or Latin America haven't launched 5G yet. In addition, if we compare to the 760 operators that provide LTE service at a time, as a migration of LTE to 5G, we can expect there are still rooms to grow for 5G. Let's take a look at a longer-term view of 5G development. According to Ericsson Mobility Poll published in June this year, at the end of 2021, there were 4.9 billion 4G subscriptions in the world, while 5G subscriptions are 555 million. We expect 4G subscriptions will reach its all-time peak by the end of 2022, which will be 5 billion users. However, 5G subscriptions became 690 million at the end of June 2022 and is expected to surpass 1 billion by the end of this year. If the growth momentum continues, we expect 5G penetration will be around 48% and become the dominant mobile access technology in 2027. The competitiveness of Taiwan 5G supply chain is building upon 3 major ICT products. The first one is smartphone. Taiwan companies are doing quite well both in Apple and non-Apple supply chain. Taiwan's IC foundry and packaging and testing companies play key roles in the production of smartphone processors and the related chipsets. Taiwan's optical component and PCB companies are major suppliers of global smartphone brands. In addition, Taiwan's EMS provide volume production efficiency and flexibility for global brands. The other two products are notebooks and servers. There are over 75% of notebooks and over 90% of servers designed and manufactured by Taiwan companies. Components supplied by Taiwan companies range from display, PCB, power communication IC to mechanical parts and passives. Since their long-term partnership with global brands in smartphone, notebook, and server, Taiwan companies have developed extensive capabilities in supply chain management. First, Taiwan's high-caliber, dedicated, and disciplined talents ensure the efficient product development. Second, the foundations built upon smartphone, notebook, and server have gathered lots of companies in the ecosystem, where companies can solve RF problems, protocol supporting, hardware-software integration, and field testing, etc. Third, the global presence of Taiwan high-tech companies provides worldwide support for partners. Now let's take a closer look at Taiwan 5G supply chain. Before 5G era, Taiwan companies have long been the trusted CPE and transport suppliers of global telcos and network equipment brands. Also, Taiwan companies perform quite well for LTE small cell. As the coming of 5G, we are still very competitive in CPE and the small cell. Furthermore, by leveraging the rise of Open RAN, Taiwan companies are devoted to the development of elements of radio access network, including RU, DU, and CU. Some Taiwan companies are expanding into core network area by developing lightweight 5G core network software. By integrating CPE, Open RAN, and the core network software in one company or from different companies, Taiwan 5G supply chain becomes more comprehensive by penetrating into system solutions area. In this slide, I would like to elaborate the strengths of Taiwan 5G players. We could categorize Taiwan 5G players into 5 types. They are large ICT, industrial PC companies, networking companies, system integrators, and telcos, respectively. Are these top 7 or top 10 companies ranking by revenue of 2021 for each type. Most of the large ICT companies in Taiwan have rich business portfolio with global presence. Their 5G-related business are usually broad and extensive. As for industrial PC companies, they are specialized in low volume and high mix productions. As for 5G, they are quite familiar with deploying vertical applications such as smart manufacturing, smart healthcare, and smart city. Networking companies in Taiwan are experienced in partnering with global telcos. Their strengths in 5G would be radio design and the communication protocol porting. As for system integrators, though the revenue scales are relatively small compared with the other 4 types, their domain know-how and capability of IT/OT integration are critical to the realization of 5G applications. The final type of Taiwan 5G players is telcos. In fact, telcos act as the last mile of 5G. They take the lead in 5G service deployment. In addition to connectivity-based solutions, telcos are quite interested in transforming into solution-based business that will bring lots of collaboration opportunities among supply chain. From government policy side, Ministry of Economic Affairs, MOEA, is in charge of 5G industry promotion. There are 3 primary aspects for 5G industry promotion. As for industrial promotion, the government are building environment for establishing testbed, encouraging system integration, accelerating commercialization of vertical services, and supporting talent development. As for service trials, MOEA collaborates with other ministry and the industry to conduct field trials for 5G vertical solutions and services, including entertainment, transportation, manufacturing, healthcare, and more. The final one is R&D ability enhancement. MOEA is focusing on radio and baseband technologies, base station integration, open transports, and private networking solutions. Here, I would like to give 2 examples of government's initiatives. MOEA established a carrier-grade 5G open networks lab in August 2020 The lab focused on an end-to-end testing environment and demonstrate readiness for development in a commercial environment. In 2021, the lab was approved by TIP as the first TIP integration lab in Asia. The lab will host ProFest and validate product maturity, award badges and ribbons accordingly. With the establishment of this lab, Taiwan 5G industry can have more chances to exchange development experience and deepen the partnership with global companies. Another government's initiative is conducting 5G application trials around Taiwan. In 5G era, connection is the fundamental usage scenario. How to build the infrastructure to develop applications and services are keys to the success of 5G. Moreover, government would like to improve quality of life and shorten the gap of digital divide by leveraging the feature of 5G. Since 2019, MOEA has joined with other ministries to test over 200 solutions throughout Taiwan. The 5G application trials around Taiwan are not just only proof of concept, but also validations of services and business models. So now, how Taiwan companies collaborate with global industry in 5G? First, let's take a look at the demand and the supply in 5G ecosystem. As the demand side of 5G ecosystem, I would like to highlight the unique role of business market. Before 5G, consumer market is usually the hotspot of industry. Since larger capital expenditure is needed in 5G and the consumer market becomes more saturated, business market provides much growth potential and become more significant. Also, players in business market might provide 5G services for consumers. As for supply side of 5G ecosystem, we identify telecom operators and system integrators as the primary role of 5G service provision, while cloud service providers are struggling for the dominant role in 5G services. And the telecom equipment vendors, networking and CP vendors, and the 5G software vendors are the major enablers behind those service providers. Currently, Taiwan companies work very closely with those players of supply side in 5G ecosystem. The model between global telecom equipment vendors and the Taiwan companies is mainly EMS. But the models between telecom operators, cloud service providers, and Taiwan companies, respectively, are ODM direct, which means deeper technical involvement of Taiwan companies compared with EMS model. As for system integrators, they usually care about how they can acquire the best products for their service deployments. Most of the business model for system integrators are purely hardware procurement. The collaboration model of 5G software vendors and Taiwanese companies are in a reverse way. They license 5G software to Taiwan companies or co-develop based on the project scenario. Follow the discussion of previous slide. Most of the collaboration between Taiwan and the global companies are manufacturing based. That makes little difference from before. Facing the challenge of low price competition of pure hardware, Taiwan companies would like to extend their hardware expertise into total solutions. In fact, 5G and AI can empower various smart applications. For those smart applications shown in this slide, not only hardware in those applications, but also software, systems, and business model inside. Also, digital transformation has become the main thing for companies all over the world. Taiwan companies are trying to create new business models with clients globally. At the same time, they are reinventing their own strategy to align with the changing environments. As the coming of 5G, AI, and IoT, we could find out the migration path of Taiwan ICT companies. So far, Taiwan ICT companies are good at making products. The manufacturer-centric thinking determines the way of business management. You could see the tremendous achievements we made before. Right now, many companies start to switch to solution-based thinking. They are asking for upgrades in software and system integration capabilities. Also, they are trying to reinvent their business models. Some companies are thinking one step further. They would like to develop global service delivery based on their strengths over supply chain management. In this case, they are not just ODM or EMS relationships between Taiwan and global companies. It will be the collaboration of know-how and ecosystem. I would like to conclude my presentation with this slide. First, the well-developed Taiwan 5G supply chain could be the best partners for global companies. As I mentioned earlier, 5G and AI empower various smart applications. From our observation, the prevalence of vertical applications is key to the success of 5G. In Taiwan, several government projects are pushing hard on smart application trials around the island. Taiwan can serve as a mega testbed of 5G applications. As a result, Taiwan 5G supply chain can be further strengthened. Besides, as Taiwan companies move from manufacturer-centric to solution-based, we can see more and more collaboration opportunities coming up. From Taiwan companies' thought, trials in Taiwan are the first step. Export of total solutions is the goal. When talking about global service delivery, local partners such as system integrators, telcos, service providers are the first priority. For the next few years, digital transformation will be faster than pre-pandemic times. 5G and AI are the critical enabling technologies. By leveraging Taiwan 5G supply chain, we can create a win-win situation to drive the transformation. Thanks for your watching. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to Tiana Shao, the product marketer of AEWIN. She will talk about the 5G Open RAN and the MEC-enabled intelligent applications.
Hi everyone, I'm Tiana Shao, Product Marketing at AEWIN. It is great to be invited here. Talking about 5G, we would like to discuss how 5G and mmWave enable the growth of intelligent applications. Let us take a look at today's agenda. First, there will be a brief introduction of AEWIN. Second, we will be talking about today's topic, 5G, and how it boosts AI applications. And third, we will discuss the technologies behind the innovation, including 5G Open RAN and mmWave. After that, we will show you some success stories of Edge AI that evolved together with 5G. At the end, there will be a recap for you. About AEWIN Technologies, it is a member of KISA Business Solution Group, which covers smart city, smart medical, smart manufacturing, and smart office, targeting to be the expert of AIoT. Our products include network security, appliances, and servers. More than just a white box provider, AEWIN provides off-the-shelf product early in the market with great design flexibilities and ODM services with thorough technical support to meet a variety of customers' needs. Here is the overview of our product line and related applications, from network appliances to Edge AI servers and to cloud computing servers. There are appliances covering full range of Intel and AMD processors for diverse applications, including cybersecurity, such as next-gen firewall, UTM, DPI, IPS, IDS. Network management, such as ADC, load balancer, proxy, SD-WAN, etc. And the edge computing covering 5G RAN, mmWave, IoT, and Edge AI. AEWIN can be your hardware partner with flexible design and customization options to meet your requirements. So back to today's topic, 5G. As we know that AIoT is transforming our world tremendously, 5G becomes the basic technology to enable the new AIoT economy. The reason is that the applications require advanced communication services that assure data security, real-time operations, and broad device connectivities, while 5G has all the features to support them. Low latency, wide broadband, and high-density device connections, 5G offers enough capacity and network efficiency to connect millions of devices to facilitate the expansion of new use cases. An Open RAN building up the 5G network plus mmWave running the AI is what we'll be focusing today. Let us first look at 5G Open RAN. An Open RAN, also called as Open Radio Access Network, is an open, programmable, and disaggregated mobile network architecture, including white box hardware and open source software. Openness helps to reduce the risk of supply chain by avoiding vendor lock-in. Also, the users can verify the white box at the first place to achieve faster time to market. In addition, Open RAN enables flexible hardware and software implementation for scalable and cost-effective solutions, which helps to lower the total cost of ownership. It also supports effective network slicing, extreme density of edge devices, broadband speeds, and the collaboration of edge intelligence. With the rapid growth of Open RAN, 5G services agility has been driven to the edge cloud to enable edge AI. Here is the evolution of edge network solutions. With the development of networking and cloud, Askey delivers the concept of mmWave years ago for making the computing closer to the user, at the edge where the data is created. This image is from the white paper published by Askey in 2015 that you can see there are many devices at the edge, and there's mmWave server at the edge cloud to provide edge computing for real-time control and processing. Growing with the evolved 5G ecosystem, having features of faster speed, higher broadband, and more connections with numerous devices. Large amount of mmWave applications pop up from consumer, commercial, to industrial ones. In the next page, we will be showing you some of the applications. Here are the smart applications enabled by the collaboration of 5G network, mmWave, and Edge AI. On the left side of the slide, there are smart city and manufacturing. They include high-speed intelligent video analytics, advanced inspection with low latency, and smart control with the integration of intelligent robots. 5G and AI also enable development of real-time monitoring and intelligent prediction in smart medical. On the right, we see in-vehicle applications of intelligent public transportation, autonomous driving, and industrial ones, such as smart tractors for agriculture to implement IVA. Here at Edge, more and more diverse applications are developed under the evolved ecosystem when everything is connected in a faster internet. AEWIN as a reliable hardware provider is here to help address business needs, improve operational efficiencies, and unlock new opportunities in a 5G world. To accomplish the goal, AEWIN designs feature products for 5G Open RAN, mmWave, and Edge AI AIoT. Here are some of the features. First, to make our appliance easy to deploy at the edge. The system is with short depth of maximum 600 mm and from I/O design. Second, the system supports up to dual Intel AMD top CPUs to have multi-core for high-performance computing power to handle complex tasks. Third, with full utilization of the CPU resources, we design platforms with great scalability and flexibility. AEWIN offers a variety of NICs from 1 to 100G per port. Other than that, AEWIN Edge AI servers have PCIe Gen 4 by 16 slots to support dual-width accelerators, including GPU and FPGA for AI workloads. To provide further agility, we have another conversion kit to support 7mm NVMe SSD and standard PCI card, such as QAT cards, to fulfill any requirements you need. Moreover, AEWIN platforms support the latest technology of virtualization to optimize the resource utilization. Also, many of AEWIN appliances has redundant power supply units and fans for outstanding reliability. Based on the long experience of AEWIN R&D team, we have been launching new platforms along with Intel AMD launch schedule. The systems can be verified by the users in the first place for time-to-market applications. With AEWIN featured products, various kinds of 5G and AI applications can be achieved. We will be showing you some of these success stories in the following pages. The first one is 5G Open RAN. As part of the 5G Open RAN infrastructure, there are centralized unit and distributed unit. To select the most efficient white box hardware for the disaggregated network, the performance and the features such as energy consumption, compact mechanical design, reliability, and maintainability become the key concerns. AEWIN performant network appliances can provide enhanced computing power with excellent flexibility and scalability for 5G Open RAN. Here you can see that in the middle of the slide, there are two flagship models of AEWIN powered by dual high-performance CPUs such as Intel 3rd Gen Xeon Scalable processors and AMD Zen 3 EPYC 7000 series CPUs. They can act as CU, DU, or CU plus DU at the same time. With the flexible design of AEWIN offerings, the 2U rack-mount network appliances can support up to 8 network interface cards for over 800G throughput. There is another success story of last-mile connectivity. It is a use case of AEWIN for private 5G network. As the cabling will affect the city view and is difficult to manage, many of them are underground. Underground cabling is suitable for long-term transmission, which is with low variation. As for the requirement of community with large numbers of users and variations, underground cabling will lead to difficulty of cable upgrade and further scaling. So in this case, replacing cabling by wireless system is what the cable operator is thinking about. With the implementation of AEWIN SCB1932 series, a 2U versatile network appliance, the total solution of last-mile connectivity can reduce OPEX and CAPEX altogether. Here is a success story with Unisim applying UniTraffic solution with SCB1932. It is for real-time analytics in smart city. The traffic management technology utilizes deep learning-based image processing technology and multi-object detection that counts and classifies on-road objects, such as pedestrians, automobiles, motorcycles, and trucks. It has 99% accuracy for multiple object recognition in real time. UniTraffic solution provides statistics and traffic flow patterns, which is useful for the city planner to plan future infrastructural development and upgrades. 5G is expected to unlock the potential of the IoT and be the driving force for the smart city. Traffic information can be transmitted to the edge server with extremely low latency for video processing, big data analytics, and decision-making to fulfill the intelligent management. Another success story is the security optimization in Smart Factory. AEWIN cooperates with Unisim's IoT division to provide UniSafety, an AI-based computer vision solution. This is a Smart Factory solution to provide a safe work environment, prevent potential accident, and reduce serious injuries. UniSafety is based on video analytics technology enhanced with deep learning that allows detection of various dangerous situations, such as fire, falling materials, abnormal process, cross-injury danger, non-wearing of safety equipment, etc. In the case of an accident or unusual situation, the system informs the safety supervisors via web dashboard notification, text message, and loudspeaker. It also offers motion detection for detecting unauthorized access or intrusions. AEWIN BIS 3101 powered by Intel Coffee Lake CPU is a light and powerful edge server. It supports full high-length NVIDIA GPU cards for AI workloads. We accomplished fine-tuning the performance of GPU, accelerated the edge AI server to fit the specific workloads required by UniSafety through repeated testing and benchmarking. 5G and AI can bring even better experience of security optimization. The collaboration of AGV, AMR, and AI enable real-time image recognition, analytics, and displays through high-speed communication of the 5G private network and Smart Factory. As for Smart Medical, 5G can also benefit the development of future innovative applications like remote management, real-time dashboard, and intelligent alert for better patient maintenance. Here is AEWIN's success story in Smart Medical. It is a LDCT AI assistant platform. LDCT stands for Low-Dose Computed Tomography. The AI system can improve the efficiency of lung cancer detection via intelligent recognition and category of lung nodule with different degrees of malignancy. With the help of AEWIN Edge AI server and the trained AI model, efficient pre-scan the intelligent detection can help to sort out a few suspicious CTs from hundreds of original mechanical images. The doctors only have to inspect the CT sorted out and further diagnose whether to keep monitoring or arrange surgeries without delay. In this case, AEWIN SCB-9032C can not only perform inference but also enable AI model training for better accuracy. Furthermore, all the clinical data and the analyzed results will be digitalized and displayed in the dashboard for real-time monitoring and management. Along with the new technology emerges these days like 5G, Smart Medical can do more in the upcoming years or decades. Here is a quick overview of the flagship models of AEWIN high-performance network appliances and edge servers that have been applied to the success stories that we share today. There are two rack-mount appliances with dual performance CPU and great flexibility of expansion. Like we mentioned, it is with short depth design for easy deployment. In addition to feature hardware, AEWIN also offers the support of workload optimization services. Here are some examples that AEWIN has done and been working on with our partners. for AIoT Edge AI solutions. As we've shown in the success stories, the AEWIN cooperates with Unison to find the right hardware to host computer vision solutions for intelligent traffic and smart factories. We not only provide insights of hardware design and selection for processing deep learning-based image and real-time recognition, but also take their software in-house to customize firmware for specific workloads required. And with D8AI, we customize BIOS firmware and tune hardware configuration to achieve optimized performance to help them build up the solution of predictive analytics. On the bottom left of the slide, SD-WAN. Altron's SD-WAN UCPE leveraged AEWIN's platform to create a robust framework for enterprises to add agility and resilience into their network, ultimately reduces cost over traditional solutions. With FlexiWAN, AEWIN DIGITIMES platform was certified as a supported hardware device by passing the validation process laid out by the FlexiWAN team for UCPE solution. As for Intel Select Solutions, we have done and been working on multiple projects for SD-WAN, 5G, and virtualization to help users to deploy the solution securely and efficiently. On the top right of the slide, 5G RAN. We've gone through firmware as well as hardware tuning, including C-stat, performance, workload-related BIOS setting, DPDK, Linux kernel versions, and CPU AVX cores frequency to seek for better L1 performance. On the bottom right of the slide, with mmWave, an innovator of Edge AI Edge Cloud solution, required data can be efficiently delivered to cloud infrastructure with VMs and containers on top of AEWIN network appliances. And Red Hat, as a leading software vendor, comes with enterprises OS and container management platforms that can host customized 5G software stack. AEWIN's performant platform has been included in their ecosystem as certified hardware under both categories of servers and edge system. For the experience of this workload optimization, we are happy to share further information with you. Before we end up this section, let us give you a quick recap. We talk about 5G and how its features enable the AI application in smart city, smart manufacturing, and smart healthcare. We also look at the technology behind it, covering 5G Open RAN, MAC, and Edge AI. With AEWIN off-the-shelf hardware, we can help the user to build up scalable and cost-effective solutions with the services of verification and performance tests of various kinds of software. If you are interested in knowing more of AEWIN, please don't hesitate to contact us or DIGITIMES. You can also visit our website for more information. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiana. There is so much possibilities with Open RAN solutions. Open RAN can accelerate the deployment of 5G vertical applications. As for MEC, that's what makes 5G different from other generations, and is key to realizing intelligent applications. Next on, we have Lance Liu, the Senior Director of Askey, to talk about 5G FWA opportunity and the solution.
Hello, everybody. This is Lance Liu from Askey, Taiwan. It's my pleasure to introduce 5G FWA to you. Okay. So, like a networking company in Taiwan, Askey, we develop a lot of networking devices. So today I will focus on the 5G FWA. Before I jump to the 5G FWA, please allow me to introduce Askey. Askey, now we belong to a SUS group, and we develop a lot of networking devices, including the wire and the wireless. And since 2018, we start to develop the 5G FWA. So with the technology and the experience from the 4G and to the 5G, so we have a good experience on this FWA. So we did see the trends of and the opportunity of FWA in the market. So later on, I will introduce more about the 5G FWA. Okay. So the FWA, fixed wireless access, actually this is not a new concept. Since the 4G, there's many devices like the FWA in the market, but in the 4G, the speed and the performance is not like the 5G. So when the 5G deploy in the market more and more, and the benefit of 5G is shown in the FWA. So we see the benefit of 5G FWA, including the time to market, because this is a very easy to be installed, and since carrier already deployed the networking, so for the user, it's very easy to use. So time to market is very important. And also the return of the investment is also very have a good benefit for the carrier, because they already develop this networking, so can easily to reuse the networking. And with the 5G technology, there are many high performers, the transmission and also the latency can provide the best performance to the end users. So in the last mile, in the past, there's some technology like the ADSL, VDSL cable and fiber. And in the future, we did see the main trend will be the fiber, and the 5G FWA will be the major for the last mile to the end users, including the consumer and the enterprise. Okay. So in the market, we see the high speed, the trend of FWA since LTE, and there's many carrier already deployed these services. And with the 5G growth, we did also see the high speed to develop the 5G services, especially in the US market. And we see the US market for the cable is a situation right now, and the DSL is shrink very fast. But the fiber and the FWA, we see the high speed growth in the US market. Because the carrier, they did see the benefit of the FWA, they can provide this high performance broadband to their customer, especially for the rural customers. Because the government, they want to reduce the gap of the digital capability from the suburban and the rural citizens. So the FWA is a very good solution for them. And actually, there's two types of the FWA. Okay. One is a single device integrate the 5G, the Wi-Fi, and the router in a single device and be installed inside the house. So like the smart gateway, this device provides all the function in the device. So with the 5G, they can access the internet, but in-house, they can use the Wi-Fi or the Ethernet to connect the device in the house. So user, they can easily to use this device to access the high performance data from the internet. So right now, the major 5G FWA market, that is use these internal CPE devices. And there's another type of FWA we call the ODU, the outdoor unit, because in some operators, especially for the mmWave, they want to provide a better performance signal to their customers. So the device will be installed outside the house, okay, and use Ethernet cable connect indoor router. And this device, since they install outside the house, they can connect to the base station with the line of sight. so provide the best performance of the signals. So that is also another use case for the 5G FWA, especially for some of the enterprise or the government. They use this device to allow them to get the best performance of the 5G. So Askey we sell two types of these devices. The design and the architecture is different, but they have a different benefit for the customer. So we provide both devices to our customers. Okay. And this is a majority for the smart home solutions. But 5G also have another benefit for the enterprise, especially for the factory or the campus or the airport. Like the device could provide very good performance because the 5G they provide the different features, not like the public network. They can also provide a private network, and for the different enterprise, they can choose the features they like. So they could build a very cost-effective the private network just for their use. So that is easy for them to build the smart factory. Especially right now, there's some when they production the device, they use a very high definition camera like a 4K or 8K camera. So they need to transmit those signal with a high speed. In the 4G, the uplink speed is limited, but 5G can provide much more the transmit power for uplink. So that is a very good use for the factory or the civilian purpose. So this is very important for the enterprise or the manufacturer members. They build their own private network through the 5G and to get this good performance for them to increase their production and capability. Okay. And also for the other use case like the agriculture or some the campus, the smart building, also this enterprise they build up their own the private network, use the enterprise wireless solutions with the 5G and high performance wireless to build up more and more the smart and high performance environment for their enterprise customers or their own use. So Askey, we work with our different customers, including the carrier, the solution provider, or the system integrators to build up more and more this networking for this vertical market. Actually, this use case can bring more performance to the end user compared to the 5G smartphone. Because smartphone is right now actually the LTE can provide pretty much most of the use case for smartphone user can meet their requirement. But 5G can bring more the benefit and the quality to users, but that will be delivered like this enterprise use case. So I think moving forward, this enterprise customer, they will be the major power to drive the 5G use case first. Okay, so we will continue to work with the carrier and those solution vendor to provide this more and more the good benefit to the customers. And recently, we visit our customer after the pandemic. We have a face-to-face meeting with our customers. For them, they're facing a big challenge because the world changed very fast, and they need to bring more values and bring more services to their customers. Everybody talk about the 5G, but what kind of benefit they can bring to their customer? That is very key the point the carrier or the service provider they want to know or they think about that. So 5G, they can bring the high performance and also the low latency and mass transmission power. So this really can provide very good the quality, performance, and value to the customers. But how the service provider can deliver this quality, performance, and value to their customer? I think the 5G is special for this enterprise and this FWA use case can bring more value to their customers. This is what we see. So as I mentioned, like for the end user, the consumer user, they can use this high performance transmit power. They can enjoy the high quality, the video, and also they can provide more the Wi-Fi access to these devices. Because we will see a lot of devices in the house, they will integrate the Wi-Fi. And for enterprise customers, not only for the high-speed download, but they also need the high-speed upload the performance. And also they can to provide very good production to their employee and a very good mobility. So this is the 5G can bring to those the operators. And for some small business customers special, because they need to very quick to build up their office. And 5G FWA can bring this value to them. They don't need to wait until the long time to ask the fiber or cable modem the vendor to build the cable for them. They can just take a 5G device, the CPE, and then put in their house, turn on the device, then they can enjoy the 5G performance. So that is very quick and very fast, can provide a good performance and the value to this kind of customers. So this is the value of the 5G. And for the Taiwan customers and the Taiwan manufacturers, so Askey, like other Taiwan networking company, we start from the modem and from these fixed devices, but not only the device, but also the software and the ecosystems, also for the cloud. We gradually to build up our capability in the networking. So now move to the 5G. We build the device, the 5G FWA, including the CPE and the ODU. And also we provide the software on top of this device. So we can bring more value with this device and the solution, the platform to the customers. The Taiwan connecting the providers not only provide the device, but also the whole system. And with this complete the ecosystem, Taiwan vendors can bring more the value to our customers. We can provide the comprehensive solution to the industry. So also work with the carrier or the service provider. Together, we bring a lot of more value to the industry. Together, we drive this 5G market. So since with this experience from the 4G, we build the software on top of the device, but also the Wi-Fi is also important in this device. So Taiwan vendors, we all have a good experience on this technology. So we can integrate the different technology, the different use case, and also with the different solution vendors, we build this device. And more important is we can design, do the customer design for the different enterprise. Like I mentioned before, in the 5G, the enterprise, they can build their own private network. For the private network, they will need their own devices and their own applications. So the Taiwan vendor, we can provide the operators or the different enterprise with their need and their different environment to build up the different services. And 5G bring a new opportunity and a new performance. With this 5G, together with other technology, the Wi-Fi, the fiber, the Ethernet, and all this together, we can provide a comprehensive solution to the customers. And also on top of this, we can provide the cloud and the management system. That is very important for the carrier and the enterprise. Because this device deployed in the different locations, how are you going to management those devices? This is very important. So we develop these management systems like the AMP or the CMS. So this help the carrier or the enterprise can management those devices in the different locations, especially in the rural areas, because that will be from the city center or the service center where they may have some long distance. It's not easy for them to send the people over there to fix the issues. But with these the management systems, they can remote to monitor and to control or even update the software through the management systems. That could reduce their time and their effort, resources, so they can focus on their services to their customers. Can reduce those complaints from the customers. So with these whole systems, we can provide a lot more value to our customers. So again, we did see from the 3G, 4G to the 5G, bring more the value, the new technology to our customers. And with this 5G FWA, integrate more and more the features and the functions, and can bring more value to the customers, not only for the consumer, but for the enterprise and the government and the different organizations. And there's more and more the solution vendor and the networking device maker together integrate all these technology, this hardware, software, the system. Then we bring more the solution, the services to the customers. In the end, that is the service will be bring the value to the users and the customers. So this is a very good example and experience for us to moving forward. We will take this experience. We work with our partner and the customer before and move to the next step. And with this new technology drive, we can bring more and more the value to our customer. Even though there's a lot of challenge in front of us, but still we have this high confidence together with our customer to drive this 5G market. So this is a brief overview about the opportunity and the market of 5G FWA. I think moving forward, we will continue to deliver the good devices to our customers. And thank you for your time. So this is my pleasure to introduce this to you. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for Lan's exceptional presentation. 5G FWA can deliver comparable speed to fiber optics. As telcos pushing aggressively on FWA, we can expect larger FWA market than earlier generations of mobile technologies. The market looks quite promising. Our next session, the founder and CEO of TMYTEK, Su-Wei Chang, is going to share with us about the topic of the challenges to designing mmWave systems for 5G and B5G.
Hi everyone, I'm Su-Wei, founder and president of TMYTEK. Today, it is my pleasure to be here to share our status with you, and thanks to DIGITIMES' invitation to this webinar. My topic today is about the challenges to design mmWave system for 5G and beyond 5G. So I think many people already knows about what is the mmWave frequency. So for 1G to 4G, we has been keep using the frequency below 6 GHz. And now the frequency band was almost crowded. And since we need to move to more applications such as metaverse, autonomous driving, and also the space communication. So we need more bandwidth to help people to transmit more data. That's why we moved to mmWave band. So it covers from 30 to 300 GHz, and the bandwidth is 50 times than before. However, although the mmWave can give us really higher data rate, but the challenge is mmWave cannot transmit to longer distance. So the coverage is much less than sub-6 GHz. That's why we need to install more base stations, and that will cost more time. So we can see nowadays mmWave communication used for two main target market. The first one is the mobile communication, which is 5G. And also the other one is the satellite communication. So like a GEO, MEO, and the most popular right now is LEO, the low Earth orbit. So for these two systems, the most critical key component, or we say the key subsystem, is the mmWave phased array antenna. So let's look at the mmWave industry. So for industry, normally there are 3 steps. So first, we need to do the R&D to develop the product, and then we need to be ready for the mass production. After the mass production, then we can really do the mass deployment. So for mmWave industry, TMYTEK, in the beginning, we start to figure out what will be the challenges for each steps. So first, we found there are no suitable tools for engineers or researchers for them to do the research or product development. So that's why we invent and create a series product we call B-Box and also the UD box. So in that way, we can help them to reduce the R&D cost and the time. So the second phase for the mass production, since we have mentioned phased array antenna is very important. So if we want to build millions or even billions modules, how to measure the antenna in package system is very critical. That's why we invent the very high-speed OTA testing solution we call XBeam. So for the last step, TMYTEK, we also design and manufacture the phased array antenna. So here, I just give you a brief introduction of TMYTEK. So the company was founded in 2014 by me and my co-founder, Ethan Lin. So until now, we already have 70 members. So we have 2 offices in Taiwan. One is our headquarters in Taipei, and the other one is our R&D center in Hsinchu. So we have more than 700 customers over 35 countries. And for the patent portfolio, we have submitted more than 100 patents in the world. So you see there are 3 our products and solutions. Okay, let's look at this map. So this is the communication map for 5G and also the satellite. We can see from the ground terminal side, we have the 5G for urban city, which is the small cell, also the base station on the rooftop. For the rural area, we also have the high tower fixed wireless access. And then for those places cannot install or deploy the base station like over the sea or on the sky, in that way we will need the satellite communication. So satellite communication will communicate with like airplane, like maritime, or your car or your house. So finally, these two communication systems will like to connect to each other according to 3GPP standard. So it will through the gateway to connect to the 5G network. So all these user terminals will require the mmWave phased array antenna. So in the phased array antenna, there are 2 main technologies we need to introduce here. First thing is the antenna array. So you can see the animation here. So the antenna array can really accumulate all the energy into one direction, so make the beam be directive. And then in order to make this beam start do all the scanning, we introduce the beamforming technology. So when we combine these 2 technologies, the most compact module we call antenna in package module, which is AIP. So this module really bringing in new opportunities and challenges to this mmWave industry. So let's look for different applications or different, let's say, different distance. The antenna elements actually will increase along with the distance, which means if you transmit to further distance, like LEO or even GEO, you will need the bigger array. So what will be the challenges there? For the bigger array, that means the cost is higher and also the energy consumption is much higher. So there are the 2 key challenges we need to overcome. In order to overcome these 2 challenges, TMYTEK, we are developing brand new solutions. So let's look at the left side. This is the traditional way to build an antenna array. So in this array, we have more than 2,000 antenna elements. Here is the 48 by 48 antenna array. So the dimension is about 600 by 600 millimeter square. And it can really introduce 80 dBm power. So in TMYTEK, we like to integrate the compound semiconductor, which is the gallium nitride power amplifier. In this way, we can really reduce 90% size and 70% weight. And the most important thing is we can reduce 60% the cost. Also, we can increase 300% the power efficiency. So you can see in the right side, achieve the same 80 dBm, we only need 256 antenna and the dimension is 200 by 200 millimeter square. So when we design those antenna in package, what is the normal parameters we need to consider? So the first thing, we need to choose the right chipset with a good performance. And then we need to decide what kind of material, what kind of process we want to use. because different process or different material can really give you different performance, but it will also give you different cost. After design this, we need to have a good RF design. We need to have a good thermal design to resolve the heat problem. After everything, the hardware design finished and then manufactured, we also need to decide how to do the calibration and the algorithm in order to have a very good beamforming control. So these are all the challenges. So here are the traditional, there are three different mainstream for the AIP package technology. From the left side is the HDI PCB. So that's the most common used one. However, when the PCB layers go up more than 12 layers, it becomes very challenging and also very expensive. So the second one in the middle is the LTCC, the low temperature fire ceramic. So the ceramic can really give a really high performance in terms of the RF performance, also the thermal performance. However, traditionally, LTCC cannot build the large modules because during the co-firing, the whole module is shrinking, and how to maintain the flatness with the large size, that's really challenging. And then we will have the wafer level package like ASE. They will do this kind of package for all the chip. And also the technology is very challenging and is very high standard. So TMYTEK, we work with our partners, DuPont. DuPont is the tier 1 material provider in the world. So DuPont, they provide the ceramic material to TMYTEK. And then we design the LTCC antenna. Then we also have a partner in Taiwan to build those antenna modules for us. So TMYTEK, we can really build the user terminal for our customer. So here I give you an example. So this year we delivered to Japan to the main operators. So we use the 192 elements to achieve 78 dBm instead of 1600 elements traditionally. So that is why, because we integrate the gallium nitride power amplifier. So we already realized this architecture, and now we are building the more advanced module to integrate together for our next step. So after we have all the antenna modules for the mass production, as I mentioned previous slide, we need to have a good measurement solutions for those antenna in package. And you can see traditionally when we measure those antenna, we normally measure in a big chamber. So the chamber is really big, and then it integrates the slower mechanical rotators inside. So the measurement time is really slow, and it is impossible to do the automation for the mass production. So you can see it is not feasible to mass production testing. In order to resolve this problem, 2 years ago, TMYTEK, we invent a brand new technology we call X-beam. So we completely resolve the 3 disadvantages from the traditional way. First thing, we reduce the size down to 50 by 50 by 50 centimeter cubit. And then the time from traditionally we need like 1,000 seconds. Now we only need less than 10 seconds. So that's the 100 times improvement. So because we don't have the mechanical rotator and it's very fast and very small, So it's very easy to integrate with the automation testers. This technology, we already receive the patents from US, from Japan, and from Taiwan. So we also collaborate with the Tier 1 chip vendors, Qualcomm, to help them to measure the mmWave modules in the cell phone. So you can see we can really measure the performance for those mmWave modules. Okay, so the last we'd like to introduce, because I think everyone agree in Taiwan we have a very strong supply chain. Everyone in the world, every company in the world, they would like to use our supply chain in order to have a good quality product. So TMYTEK, we are fabulous model. So we do the design and then we create a very good testing solution. For the material and manufacturing, we collaborate with our supply chain partners in Taiwan, and also we connect the Taiwanese supply chain with the global ecosystem. So remember I mentioned with DuPont, and then we collaborate with the Taiwanese vendors. So that is only one the example we have. So in the bottom here, you can see we have more partners here. So again, you can see the left side is the design part. Here is 100% owned by TMYTEK. And the right side is the testing part. Also is 100% owned by TMYTEK. And in the middle side, I list some major partners like iTech, DuPont, E3, also AUO, and WIN Semiconductor. So thank you for your time today, and wish you gain some experience and knowledge from my talk today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for Su-Wei's informative sharing. Although there are challenges ahead in mmWave development, we are still positive to the future of mmWave because it will be the foundation of B5G or even 6G. As the technology evolving, mmWave is definitely worth paying more attention. Thank you everyone. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time.